A nucleotide is what? A nucleotide is phosphate attached to a. No.
The classroom just went super quiet.
Okay. Phosphate. So this is, what is this molecule? What is this part of the molecule? Sugar. And then what is this part of the molecule? So what is this whole thing called?
A nucleotide?
Nucleotide. Right? Just trying to make sure that this is correct. One part was wrong on the quiz, so the reason I'm going over it is they said, but we got it wrong on the quiz, you gave everyone points, but that's because I said ribose sugar or something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, that is the right answer. It consists of a phosphate group, sugar, and a nitrogen base. And we call that whole unit together one nucleotide. Sound good? All right.
Let's do this.
Stellar octopus, cheerful gecko, moving to the second place. Dandy camel, stellar owl, shining llama, rounding out the top 5. Here we go into question 3. The epigenome is a mutated genome, a massive genome. In addition to the genome, an unusual.
I'm gonna lose my streak. I don't know what this one is.
Remember, this is asking what does epi mean? The actual prefix epi. Epi stands for.
Watch it. Are you serious?
Around, on top of.
Bro, I'm guessing and I still got it.
Don't guessing. We're knowing the answer.
I guessed.
Epi means addition to. Is it mutated? Are the A, T, C's, and G's different? No. Is it any bigger or smaller than your regular genome? No. And is it unusual? I mean, it's cool, but I don't think it's anything unusual.
I'm wearing it.
All right, here we go. Up 5 places, a
No.
jaguar is the highest climber. We got dandy camel going to second, stellar octopus still in first. Moving on to question 4. Which of the following is correctly listed from smallest to largest? Remember, Mr. Pelican's class, we have one of these is the smallest because it builds the other one.
So it's smallest to be largest? I'll lose my spot. Yes!
Good job. DNA, gene, chromosome, genome, cell. Remember, if you took another genetics class, that teacher might say gene is smaller because genes are on DNA. But in my head, I say DNA put together like Legos make genes. Genes together make chromosomes. Chromosomes all together make genomes, and that genome fits in your cell. Okay? So again, make sure you're reviewing a little bit of the first part of the quiz, or the first quiz, so that Radiant Rooster can continue to come onto the leaderboard, highest climber for in a row. Stellar octopus keeping that lead, 5 of 18. Additional chemical groups on histones can affect gene transcription, coiling of the DNA, phenotype, which is what we see,
Oh man.
or all of the above.
Come on, please be right.
It's all
Yes!
the above. Good job, because it's a phenotype. Let's look at lick our rats. What was the phenotype? What did we observe them doing? Anxious. So a lot of times in early science, you'll hear a phenotype is things you can see. Phenotype is just the physical expression of the gene. So sometimes it's like hair color, eye color, but sometimes it's anxious, calm, or angry, sad, right? Definitely changes the structure and the coiling of the DNA, and if those all change, then it either upregulates or downregulates genes. So good job. Good job.
I still haven't moved.
Legend raccoon moving into the leaderboards. Stellar octopus still holding and strong at the top. Where are chemical groups added to the scaffold, the histone, the phosphate, or the deoxyribose? Which ones do we add to in the epigenetics? What are we thinking? Where is it going?
No!
The histone. So if you just Google this, it'll say it goes on to the histone and the DNA. But I said in class, we're only talking about the what in our epigenetics? The histone. Because that's the only place you can put it that changes the structure of DNA. The little and it goes on the DNA part, that's because you're Googling it and it's telling you all of epigenetics. We're studying the high school version of epigenetics. If you want to know what happens if your DNA actually gets methylated, go to college. Then you can study it for 9 years like I did and still not know everything because they are finding things out every day about the stuff. For this class, we just care about the histones being methylated or what's the other word? Ooh, close. Acetylated. Acetyl group being added to it. Oh, Radiant Rooster, 6 in a row. Legend Raccoon coming up for first place. Danny Camel and Stellar Octopus maintaining the lead. Methylation is one chemical condition. Methylation causes genes to turn on or off. Get it backwards. Guess yourself. Make sure to read which one's which.
Oh crap, I hit the wrong one.
Off. You methylate, add little methyl groups, little C's, and they close up. Little off. All right, let's see. Fearless Gecko on a streak 3. Stellar Octopus. Danny Camel. Legend Raccoon coming on up. Mountain Panda, welcome to the leaderboard. Good job. If you deacetylate histones, you turn the genes into heterochromatin or into euchromatin.
Ow.
Let's go through this one. Deacetylate means you took what off? And which means you're about to put on a, so then you're turning them off. That's what I'm saying. Don't let me trick you. Do not let me trick you on the exam. Make sure to be reading the D or not D, the acetylated, methylated. Let's see what that did to the leaderboard. Absolutely nothing. Everyone's staying where they are. Swift Wolf is the highest climber, moving up 3 places, though. Good job, Swift Wolf. Epigenetic tags that cause tighter coiling of the DNA prevent transcription because helicase can't bind phosphodiesterase of the formation of euchromatin or
Oh.
What'd you guys get? So have we ever heard the term phosphodiesterase in this class?
No.
No, that's a red herring. That's me trying to trick you. Helicase cannot bind. We didn't talk about that yet, and if you heard it from other stuff, that's just unwinding the DNA, which may or may not be effective, but that's not what we're talking about. Euchromatin is the opposite, so that means heterochromatin was correct. Good job, whoever got that right. Let's see how the leaderboard's looking now. Still the same. People getting points. 10 out of 18. If you acetylate histones, you turn the genes on or off. Remember, these can switch. Don't just click. You putting on an acetylene. Oh.
Ow. Yes.
Good job. It turns it on because it's acetyl. We got Radiant Rooster on a streak of 10. Good job. Danny Camel dethroning, taking the top spot. Here we go. The epigenome is inheritable, flexible, affected by the environment, or all of the above. Can you inherit it? Can it change as you grow and do other new things? Can your environment affect it? Yes,
Yes.
it can. So
Woo.
it's all of the above. Good job. Danny Camel keeping the lead. Fearless Gecko on a streak of 3. Good job. 12 out of 18 evidence of the effects of epigenetics is clear, observed in. We're saying, where was it discovered? Which ones did we do it? Not. We know it's in everything, but where was the big one? Because they share a genome, so that the genomes are the same. We can look at the epigenome. Twins.
What?
They started.
So, the reason this is twins, right? Evidence. I should have put first evidence. I wrote this a little wrong, but it's okay. In twins, because twins have the exact same what? Genome. So the only difference is their epigenome, right? So all of our early work in epigenetics came from twins because we could rule out that it was the genes that were affecting it. It had to be something else. That means it was either physical damage or it had to be something that we didn't know of, something on top of the genes. So the person called it epigenetics. Do we see it in mice?
Yeah.
Do we do a lot of work with mice when we talk about it? Yeah. Do older people have epigenetics? Yeah. Do smokers, does smoking affect your epigenome? Yeah. But where did it come from? If this was a written kind of thing and you started talking about mice instead of twins, that's a good point. It's absolutely valid. This question, though, when I wrote it, I was thinking twins. They share a genome, so you can rule out that it's the genome. And it has to be something else then. All right, I thought that would shake up the leaderboard. Everything's looking the same. Let's go into question 13 out of 18. What factors can cause changes to the epigenome? Stress, exercise, diet, or all of the above? All of the above. What, though, when we look at exercise, it's doing what to your stress? All right, and we look at diet, it's doing what to your stress? Right? So, while anything can affect it, the big one that we look at is stress. What was actually causing the epigenome change in mice? Their need for stress or not, right? So, leaderboard's staying the same, but 5 players have reached a streak of 4. Good job. 14 out of 18. Which carbons do phosphate groups go on? Remember, they're numbered like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm sorry, 3 and 5.
Oh, sweet, I got it.
The reason we need to remember this is because right after this, we're going into transcription translation. And it's really important that you know which side is the 5' of the DNA backbone and which one's the 3', right? 5', 3'. And that should be familiar from your first quiz. That didn't change the leaderboards. We have 3 players still on a streak of 5. If you de-acetylate histones, you turn the genes on or off. De-acetylate. You're taking one off, so you put the other on. De-acetylate. Good job, everybody got that right.
Woo.
This is why we study and do kahoots, because if you guys have noticed, this trend has been getting less and less false answers, or less and less wrong answers as it's going. That's why we do this. Oh man, I think Danny Campbell's gonna get it unless Stellar Octopus can take it. The effects of stress experienced by your grandmother can be imprinted on your genome? Question mark. What? You're telling me if my grandma was stressed out, if I can inherit that? That's hard to believe. But it's absolutely true. Right? We don't quite know the scientific community doesn't quite know how you inherit your epigenetics from your later generations, but we definitely know it has something to do with the shape of the DNA itself. Which is crazy. All right. Leaderboard staying the same. We got 3 people on a streak of 7.
Dang.
Good job, guys. Second to last, penultimate question. You would expect to see more genes being expressed in the areas that are acylated or the areas that are methylated. More genes. Let's see what you guys said.
Yes.
Good job. Acylated means they're on, which means there's more expressed genes in that area. Let's see. Oh, we got Radiant, Rooster, and Mountain Panda coming into 3rd and 4th respectively. Legend Raccoon, 4 players on streak 5. Going to the last question. If you methylate histones, you turn the genes into heterochromatin into euchromatin. Thinking. Good job. Heterochromatin. Hetero is off. Methylation is off. Genes are off. It's all off. All right. Let's see our leaderboard. We got 3rd place, Radiant Rooster, raise your hand. Good job. Stellar Octopus, raise your hand. Good job. Number 1, Hot Spot, Danny Campbell, raise your hand. Good job. All right. So, we got about 10 minutes. A couple notes. Make sure to study all the way back to the beginning. We already said that.